So you remember that game I made you stop and made you let me play?
Yeah, I do.
Yesterday.
I do. Would you be talking about Omensight?
I would.
What made you want to play that game?
I was like, well, I'm looking at it, and it reminds me of this other game I played last year called Stories.
I remember.
The Path of Destinies,
I
which
remember.
I actually reviewed for the site.
Yeah.
So I saw it, and it looked like the art style I loved in the first game, and it's like, how do you even describe it?
It's almost like storybook-esque.
Yes.
Something like that. Yeah.
Which is kind of, the whole idea of the first game is that you're playing through this story, and it's kind of like a choose-your-own-adventure. And it actually does, like, at some point have a storybook where, like, you'd have those old storybooks when you were a kid that have, like, the top panel would have, like, one panel, and the bottom panel would...
and stuff.
Yeah, and then you would, like, read the top half of the book.
For sure.
So that was basically the point of the game, and I saw Omensight, and it reminded me so much of that game. I stopped by and said, like, oh, can you tell me about this game, and can we play?
Little did you know.
As we were talking to the developer, he says, well, our first game, Stories, the Path of Destiny, and I was like, you know what?
No, you weren't like, I knew, you were like, you know what, you were like, I knew it!
Dude, that was so cool.
Yeah.
Probably. This game is similar to that, except instead of having different endings and having like one true ending, instead it's a murder mystery. Where you're the Harbinger, who is separate from this universe that this is happening in, and she's somehow this guardian that has to come down and sees that all these events are going to happen.
Yeah.
Through some mystical time power or whatever.
Sure.
And so she plays through the same. I guess she doesn't play through. We play through. She lives through the same day, over and over with different characters or different people in this city, in this universe, and each time she lives through this day, she learns more about each of these people to try and figure out which one is going to try and kill this princess, and that I think it's a princess. I'm gonna say that over. Try and kill another character, and the death of that character is what leads to the end of the universe.
Okay. So what was the actual gameplay like? Because I was watching it, and it looks like a 3D platformer. I mean,
it's pretty much a 3D platformer. It's not really puzzly. It's just maybe a little button mashy.
Yeah, like
just kind of a hack and slash.
Yeah,
it's very simple. And he actually went through the process of explaining to me how this game has sort of evolved. And the last game was very simple. It was kind of just attack and magic, and that's it.
Okay.
He says there's a lot more abilities in this game, and the last game had like 2 enemy types. This one has 20. So it goes through. They want to take everything and sort of just take it to the next level. And as far as I can tell, it looks like everything is exactly the same except to the next level.
A little bit
2.
more, yeah. Well, from the bit that I did see, I was super impressed with the visuals, right? The main character looks awesome. She looks like a mix between, like, Zero from Mega Man and, like, the guy from Dust and Elysian Tale.
I'm really curious to see how this new way of, like, approaching that multiple endings, how that sort of evolves, and I think that's such a core part of the game. And if that is executed properly, I think it's going to be really good.
Yeah, I mean, the way you were describing it was really compelling, how it's like you're trying to see the same story from different angles, so you can kind of like suss out what the mystery is or how the situation should play out. And
like it depends. It's much more, it's like all character based. So, in this situation, if you show this character this thing, you think you're doing a good thing, but maybe sometimes you need to do a bad thing to get, sometimes maybe you need to kill that character to get somebody else to trust you so that you can find out some more information from them.
Interesting.
So that murder mystery, I think, should turn out really well.
For sure. I'm definitely going to look into it as it gets closer to release. I was definitely struck by the visual style and the storytelling.
I knew that would appeal to you.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, look at the colors. It's the blue and black, you know what I mean? That's it. But yeah, it looks really interesting, and I think what it's doing narratively is very compelling. It's not something you see everywhere,
I think so too.
No.